The common take right now is that Randy Orton is misused in the WWE. And as a Randy Orton fan, stan, fanatic, fangirl, snake simp, I'm gonna jump on that train right away. But is that really the case? We'll talk about that, John Cena's final WWE match, and the return of Roman Reigns. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you guys know, if you click that like button, your Coco Jumbo gains are shooting up. Now, as y'all know, I'm a big fan of Randy Orton. Grew up watching the guy. His comments are saying, "Chat, I think bro goons to Randy Orton." The comment holds a lot of weight. It has a lot of truth in it. I don't even know what gooning means, but that's exactly what I'm doing when it comes to Randy Orton. I like that AI responses are only capable of saying this. We shall see. I think so too. So the idea, the propaganda that the Great One, yours truly, ain't gooning to Randy Orton, like, is not in the universe. It's ridiculous. Currently, Randy Orton is on SmackDown helping out Cody, teasing the heel turn again. Randy Orton just keeps on doing that. You know, he likes to observe things. Nick Aldis just announced that we're going to get Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, which honestly kinda makes me believe we might finally get that heel turn. But knowing WWE, a couple of more years. So how this whole idea of Randy Orton being misused started? Well, basically we got this post of, people complaining about how Randy Orton wasn't at all of these shows. It got a lot of likes, and even Orton's wife, Kim Orton, I just call her Lucky. That should be her name, just Lucky. You ain't wrong. So obviously this got a lot of people talking, thinking about it. Our boy is kind of being mistreated in the WWE. I do believe he's already a bona fide Hall of Famer, people. He's obviously one of the top names in the wrestling history ever. Like I told you many times before, everybody in Lithuania where I'm from, who knows anything about pro wrestling know a few names definitely, which is The Rock, John Cena, Randy Orton, Umaga and Carlito for some reason, by the way. I don't know why. Then we started getting articles such as, where does WWE's Randy Orton go next? Is all-time WWE legend Randy Orton a bit of a career purgatory right now? Even Ric Flair had something to say about it.
Randy's really underutilized. I think maybe he made somebody mad along the way. Randy's not afraid to say what he thinks, and that's not always pop.
He also said,
I will never retire.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like, Randy Orton was a bit risque when he was younger. We all know that. We all know the backstory. He has interesting hobbies, and that's fine. He's a grown man right now. I'm also pretty sure he's very cool with Triple H. If Mark Henry's words mean anything nowadays, he also said Randy Orton is being underused. And that's where I think my opinion lays, people. I don't think WWE necessarily don't know the value of Randy Orton. I do believe Randy Orton is still a big deal in the WWE. He's literally hanging out with the WWE champion. They're obviously teasing something. I think the problem is either weird timing or Randy simply not fitting into plans. Now, obviously, as a Randy Orton fan, I want more of him in main matches, obviously. I guess my main problem is that WWE sometimes are treating Randy Orton like a nostalgia act more than they should. For somebody who plans on being in the WWE till he's 50 years old, I think he should get the same recognition as guys like John Cena, Batista, all of these legends. He already should be in that conversation. Sometimes it also feels like WWE are forgetting that, because like in the first post, he's not on these special shows. Some fans might say, well, he's too old, and I think age in wrestling doesn't matter as much as people believe. At the end of the day, all opinions aside, it doesn't matter. It's all about star power. That's why names like CM Punk is still like one of the top guys in the WWE, one of the biggest draws in the WWE. Randy Orton is in the best shape of his life. So hopefully, if we're going to get Cody versus Randy, and somehow, some way he wins the championship and is going to have another great heel run, which is something exactly that should happen in my opinion. He's just an amazing heel. We all know that. I hope people realize he's not that old, first of all, and also it doesn't really matter that much. We're talking about somebody who's still capable. We're not talking about Goldberg coming back and winning matches with one finisher. He's still getting a crazy crowd reaction, and like I've said, definitely needs to turn heel. Eventually, we're going to get Cody versus Randy Orton. With the correct booking, people, with the right story, Randy Orton could even win the championship. But again, we're in a situation right now where the product is really boring, but at the same time, we do have a lot of over superstars. Like, I want to see Drew McIntyre as a champion. I want to see, I wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton as a champion. So people, let the forehead of the the table speculate. I think the biggest problem right here, why so many people are talking about Randy Orton being misused, is that ever since he came back, like he came back with CM Punk. CM Punk was in so many great rivalries and he's a big deal in the WWE. Randy Orton, when it all comes down to, is still just Cody's friend. And Randy Orton is a bit more than that. And it's obvious it does have a payoff, but, you know, it's kinda out of character for Randy Orton. We see you looking at that championship, boy. You need to take it. I guess people want Randy Orton to stop being a side character. Let me know in the comments below, what is the biggest problem you have with WWE's booking of Randy Orton? Or do you think he's right where he should be? Which is also a very valid point. People, John Cena's time is up. John Cena's final match is set for Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. on December 13th. Get your tickets on October 17th because after this, you can't see him. He said the thing. It's a bit of a bittersweet because Saturday night's main event does not feel big enough. That's what she said. It does not feel big enough. If Saturday night's main event would like these videos, man, oh, the gains would be absolutely huge. I don't know what you guys believe in. It doesn't matter to me, whatever higher power you believe in. But I want you to pray and thank God right now. Whatever God you believe in, I want you to thank him right now because this is not going to be on NBC, meaning we're probably not going to get commercials. Awesome. It's going to be on Peeing Cox. Now, obviously, it got me thinking, people, who should be John Cena's final opponent? And I have a bunch of names, realistic, not realistic, what the fans want, all that bullshit. But first, Mark Henry, which again, his opinion doesn't matter nowadays. Dude has some horrible takes. Some of the worst takes you could possibly imagine. Mark Henry believes Joe Henry should be John Cena's final opponent. He also said John Cena should put him over. My universe mode couldn't come up with that shit, people. You know? Even if I tried, if I would book this match in 2K25, my game would crash. Nothing against Joe Henry. You know, obviously, he's talented. You know, he's over, that's all fine. We're talking about John Cena's final match right here. According to Body Slam, John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio is, you know, discussed. Which I guess I wouldn't necessarily mind. Like, in a way, if Dominic beats Cena, I'm going to feel really bad that this is how John Cena, you know, retired. On the other hand, if Dominic is still going to be a heel, imagine the heat. Oh my god, this would be the greatest thing Dominic Mysterio would ever do in professional wrestling. But still don't know how I feel about it. Okay, now listen to me. You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this. But, you know, I've changed. I don't give a shit, people. I don't give a shit. I just say things. In a perfect world, which I think would not have Slim Jim tables, I think the perfect opponent, when it comes to the story, the heel story of John Cena, the heel arc, his retirement arc, the perfect opponent. Are you listening to this shit right now? I'm about to spew. The Rock. Okay, calm your tits. Calm your tits, people. Listen to me. Listen. You don't listen. That's the problem. When it comes to, I know it's not gonna happen. The Rock got John Cena to turn heel. Now he's a babyface, he faces The Rock to shut him up. When it comes to the story, that would be literally the perfect ending, but it's not gonna happen, and in a way, probably not that many fans would love to see that anyway. At the end of the day, we all complain about The Rock. If he shows up and announces he's going to wrestle, y'all gonna spend that $30,000 to sit in the rafters. Perfect opponent would probably be Edge, and there are so many rumors, I don't know. How is that even realistic in some people's mind? Like, he's in AEW. He's literally in AEW. AEW wouldn't allow it, I don't think. Even if they would, I don't feel like WWE would use Edge, somebody from another company. I think it's so unrealistic. It simply cannot happen. If it does, I'm gonna be happy, obviously. But it just sounds so unrealistic. Unless there's something I haven't seen. People, let's be realistic. I would love to see Drew McIntyre retire John Cena. Somebody who needed that championship, you know, got screwed over and over again. This is something that could really benefit Drew McIntyre. He didn't win the championship, but he retired John Cena. So it wasn't all just, you know, wasted a couple of years of Drew McIntyre's career in a way. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he should be a champion right now. Seth Rollins, also another great option, somebody that John Cena wanted to wrestle and keeps on mentioning. He already said he would like to wrestle guys like AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, so the match itself would be really, really good. Put the championship on the line, I don't care. Gunther. I'm gonna say it right now, people, I think this is the most logical and realistic scenario. Gunther is not in the WWE right now. He's gonna come back and challenge John Cena, and this is gonna be the final John Cena match in the WWE. He already retired Goldberg, he's gonna retire John Cena. I wouldn't mind. I honestly wouldn't mind. Would it be my perfect scenario? No. I don't know what it is about it. I don't feel like it's that exciting. But it's really realistic, and I'm not gonna complain if it does happen. Probably will. Roman Reigns. I know a match we already seen, and we know the match would be just kinda okay, probably, unless WWE are really gonna, go wild with this and heavy stipulation or whatever. The match itself does make sense much right now because Roman Reigns is a babyface, but, previous generation versus, well, at this point, kind of previous generation, but still faces of the company clashing. It's one of these things where you would read the history books of wrestling. It would make sense to see that Roman Reigns was last John Cena's opponent. You get what I'm trying to tell you? But let me know in the comments below who should be John Cena's final opponent. Roman Reigns came back on Monday Night Raw. No review from yours truly. People, I'm gonna be honest. I watched this episode of Raw and I was like, I've seen the exact same show 10 times already. I've seen the exact same ending 10 times already. I have nothing to add. I honestly have nothing to add. If you want a 5-minute video, I can give it to you. I'm not a good yapper, by the way. I don't know how to yap about something, for 20, 30, 50 minutes or whatever. I just get straight to the point most of the time. So I was like, I have nothing to add. I've seen this ending so many times, and the weird thing about it is that what did it even try to achieve? So Roman and Jay shook hands. Was there any drama before? Like, they already did that. It seemed like this ending tried to tell you, and it didn't, but still it looked like it tried to tell you, oh, the family is back. They've been back for months now. What's the big deal? Why would that be surprising that Roman Reigns helped his cousins? And look, I love Roman Reigns. I want him more on my television. We all do. This guy carried WWE for so many years, actually, ever since he turned heel. I just want him to be a bigger deal in the WWE again and be in something different. I'm kind of tired of this whole shit. Anyway, even, people on YouTube, they have a lot of problems with it. This dude had more returns than actual wrestling matches, it feels like. You know what's weird? This is not even a joke, this is probably factual. I don't care what y'all are saying. Every time Roman Reigns returns, it brings a smile on my face. Smiling is good, so at least this guy is happy. 62 likes, 60 people are really happy. It brings a smile. That's what WWE is all about, really. Putting smiles on people's faces. Roman Reigns is not the problem. It's the repetitive booking. Even me, I love wrestling. I make videos about wrestling. I watched a show so similar to any other Raw I've seen, I couldn't even make a video. Something that benefits me, gets me views and whatever. How is the average person going to be excited about an episode of Raw? The fact that they're building Survivor Series is a good thing, but it seems like they're building this shit for 6 months now. 6 months now. They have something great going on, like Division. Absolutely love it. They're doing the same shit over and over again. They set up a tag team match in the first segment, and it's the same show. It's really hard to add anything when you're making reviews. Maybe the concept, not the concept, the format of my shows need to change so I can make something out of it. But in general, it's getting tough. It's getting tough to watch these weekly shows when they're the exact same thing every week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.